Recording. Hi. Okay. Bye bye.
Camera
See
shy.
you too.
Yeah.
That
Maybe
was
a bit
first.
camera shy.
Okay.
Once you
Okay.
start recording. Whoa, I didn't know.
We
Have
look
you
like
connected?
this.
Ah, that's very helpful. That
Yay.
you have it like that.
We can have the camera whenever we want to have a show. We can have camera actually carrying with us.
Yeah.
Really good.
So useful.
So now we are recording. And welcome to Bubbles Interviews.
Thank you.
This is video project about people who took unconventional career paths. Can we know about you, Babette?
Yes, well, I never really know how to introduce myself.
You do a lot of things at the same time. I love that. Yay.
Yeah, well, and at the same time, I try to focus on not too many things.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm Babette. I'm currently working as a content creative for Studio Drift, but I've done a lot of different projects. I also have my own studio in Amsterdam North, where where I'm usually all the time next to my work. Where I make whatever I feel like clothes, but also more things on my laptop. Like I really want to continue working on my graduation project about AI as well. So a lot of different things.
Yeah, when I met you, I was fascinated that you were doing magazines also.
Yes.
That was really cool.
Yes.
I'm dying to ask about this. Okay, it's good to ask about maybe for the formal education. What did you study, or was there another thing before this, prior to this, inspired you to do these things at this moment?
No, it was, I mean, before I chose my study, I was already really interested in anything creative, but like art academic felt too specific, because you already had to choose like a photographer or like a specific niche that was creative wise. So that's why I started my study at Artemis, so I could study all around creative. And everyone is always questioning about what do you learn, because it's so broad and it's so wide. But it's mostly about concepting, and you could really choose what you wanted to learn about during the studies. I mean, that's how I look at the study, but it really changes over the years. But I've really learned the basics of photography, editing, concepting, working with brands, trend forecasting, and that's also kind of where my fascination about trend spotting and seeing how the future is going to look like, or design started.
I see. Did you had to choose in any of these? Like you mentioned your graduation project. What was it about?
Yes, so my graduation project was about, it's been a few years ago, I have to take it back. It was about, like I said, it was a few years ago, so it was the moment when ChatGPT just came out and was available for everyone.
Yeah.
And I worked at a restaurant at that time, and I heard everyone talking about it on the street, in the restaurant, and that's why I was like, what is this like development that's going on, and it's going to influence everything, but no one is really sure about how. So that's why I wanted to do a graduation project about it, not specifically ChatGPT, but more how we as humans think about AI, and how people see it as a really positive or a really negative thing.
You were trying to understand the perception of humans, or how does the AI is helping to humans, or what was the concept around it?
It was more like how people feel about AI, and how we can like embrace the technology and use it in our advantage, instead of seeing it as something scary and something that's gonna grow in itself.
Do you have a personal view on this? Does it help you, or what do you feel like?
I mean, I really think we should embrace it and really see how we can use it in our advantage, but also think of all the human aspects of what we think is important instead of AI taking over. But I always find it very fascinating when people are like, no, I'm scared for technology. That I'm like, how are you scared for it if you're using it every day, you know? So I find it very fascinating to have conversations.
Yeah, most of the people maybe they wake up and see their phone and before seeing anyone.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so inside of our life.
Yeah.
Great, thank you
Yeah.
for derailing
Yeah,
the
sorry.
interview.
I don't know
happened?
if it's a clear answer.
It's really good. I love these things. Thank you so much. What I'm trying to understand about this, like studying art, sometimes maybe feel too abstract for these people to understand. Ah, what do you do like when you study art? Was there something that, let's say, helps you day to day as a content creator studying art compared to we wouldn't know actually because you took one of the lines, but how does it helping you to study art? I'm asking this, maybe there's a person who wants to study art and having questions around these things and
Yeah, I think it doesn't matter what study you do as long as you develop your own passion. Like
Mhm.
if you're into art, then it's really helpful to choose like a creative study where you can develop it during the study. But you always get like specific assignments with studies, and I think the most important part is making it your own. Like finding your way of doing the assignment that you find interesting to develop your personal style and interest. But in my path, if I look back at it, it really helped me giving the tools of like the basic things like Photoshop, InDesign, Blender. Not that I really learned it at school, but those were the tools that I needed to do what I wanted to do, and because of school, it helped me to learn it with YouTube and everything.
I see. It
Yeah.
gives you some structure to
Yeah.
explore. I see.
Yeah.
It's fun. What happened after your graduation? Like now you can do anything.
Yes.
What happened?
Yes, so that's always the big question after graduating. The people are like, what are you gonna do now? And I also really had no clue. Also, like you said, we had a cyber atelier with two
Yeah.
friends. I started it, and that was during our studies.
Ah,
So
what was it about?
it was about making a community for creative people and doing what we want to do. Just learning by doing, and also inviting people to do it together. It sounds maybe very fake. It's been a few years.
The outcome was a print magazine.
Yeah.
Maybe it's easier to understand for people.
Yes,
That
yeah.
it was a magazine you could actually find in Amsterdam in
Yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
store. That was really cool.
Yeah. We have like we made 2 magazines each year. So we did Cyber Atelier for 4 years, and it really started during COVID when we wanted to create, but we didn't know a lot of people in the creative field. So that's why we started a platform online, and a lot of people applied via TikTok, Instagram, that they want to collaborate. Everyone wants to do something, didn't know where to start when you were young, when you're creative. But everyone is looking for opportunities, and so were we. So that's why we made our own opportunity in that way, that we decided to make our own magazine with other people as
How
well.
did you feel when there was the few magazines went out, or you published the first one and had the magazine in your hands? How was the feeling about it? Like,
It's so surreal. Like I really remember the first one. Then it's like, whoa, now we made a magazine, and it's so weird because you've been looking at online for months and months, that you're like fine-tuning everything, and then at some point it's printed, and it's so weird because you work on it for so long digitally, but then seeing it like printed is completely different, but in a very good way. But it was really funny because after the first print we were like, how are we ever gonna get better than this? This is like everything we can. And now when I look back at it, I'm like, oh my God, it's almost shameful. But I'm really
you all
proud
know
of that moment.
all the corners of the digitally, every part of it, you know the part. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
It's fun. Is it still active? Can people join this initiative? What's happening about it?
No, like, well, I actually started about Cyberty because you asked me what we were doing after
Yes.
studies. So we've been doing it since our second year of study. The study that I did was 4 years. So we still continued with Cyber LTA after graduating. But like I said, I did it with 2 friends, or I started with 2 friends,
Yes.
and one of them did her own thing after 2 years. So then I did it with one other friend and some other creatives who helped us out with the team. But then we kind of felt like it was time for something new. I also wanted to do more with my passion, make more time for myself, because a lot of the things with the magazine was also managing a lot
The
of
editorial
things.
stuff, I see.
Yeah, but also like production-wise, it was very heavy, and that was very interesting to do. But after 4 years, it was time for something new.
4 years, quite a lot to do anything.
Yeah. So that's when we decided to take a break, to stop with Cyber Atelier. So the platform is still live. You can still check it out. We still have plenty of magazines.
Yay! It's still purchasable.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Via the website.
There we will be finding people about this.
But other than that, we all, Dani started animation studio with Isabeau, the girl that we started Cyber Atelier with. So that's also really cool to check out. But everyone kind of developed their own passion throughout Cyber Atelier, and we all wanted to focus on that.
But what did you grow out of this? Like, what is the thing your studio is doing at this moment? What are you working on right now?
A lot of different things.
A few of them we start.
But I think what I really learned from Cyber Atelier is that I didn't want to become a photographer. Like, I really thought I wanted to become one.
Like portrait of the or magazines?
More editorial. But I did a lot of shoots for Cyber Atelier and also other projects, and then it felt like it's not my biggest passion, or I found more love for moving footage, so more like editing, filming, and that's kind of also when I started at Go Spooky. That's where I met you at an event there, with more social content. And I think I really have a hate and love feeling about social media, but I do think it's very interesting of all the things that are going on the platform.
Yeah.
And that's also what I'm doing now. But also with my job, they're making like a new museum in Amsterdam, so that's also what I'm doing for my job now. And it's very interesting to promote it on socials. You want to give away the identity and everything.
Yeah, you're inviting people to a physical place through a digital platform.
Yeah.
We never had this before in like 20 years ago or something.
Yeah.
When I watch your social media content creation for yourself, it feels so nostalgic and today at the same time, and it feels really calming. Like, do you see a style about yours? Like, how would you explain your editorial or curate? I don't know the right word for this. How do you create your vision to expressing yourself? Because it is something, if you have a small friend group to do things and do, like, it feels really nostalgic, but it is not nostalgic. How do you do it?
That's a really, well, it's nice to hear that you see it that way, because I think it's kind of the way how I capture the world around me, and that's what I just photo dump on my own Instagram. So for me it kind of feels like a curated camera roll. But it's nice to hear your view of
it.
Of,
feels
of
very
it.
cozy. I love it. What did she do today?
That's sweet. Yeah, no,
this is
I think
but this is, for example, do you see this is your art, or we have lots of birds today coming in? So do you see that this is your also a way to create your art? Like, how do you are existing in social media as well?
Yeah, I think everyone is kind of curating their own life on social media if you post about your own life, because you also don't see everything that someone is doing, of course. But in that sense, I really love to capture the small moments, the tiny things, sometimes how the light goes through a tree, or if my friends are indeed like cute and cozy, then I'm like, oh, just a quick photo. But I also really want to be spontaneous and in the moment, so I'm not a girl that is always like with her phone filming anything of everything that I see. But just some small quick shots.
Fleeting moments that no one really realizes that it happened, and then it's forever. I love it. Thank you. Can we talk about a little bit more about social media and museums? A little bit. What's your vision on this? Like, what you could do anything. Why do you want to create these things? Why do you want to work on these things?
Yeah, actually,
in summer 2025.
Yeah. I just really love making content and telling a story with that. So before I was working for a lot of different brands, but it felt a bit useless because you're trying to sell a product that I'm not really, yeah,
Consumer of maybe.
Yeah,
you don't.
exactly.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I really love working for a more cultural, interesting, yeah, branch for the studio and the museum, because it's about bringing people together. It's about explaining the art that the artists are making in a way that is understandable for people, and I think that's very interesting because it's sometimes very complex. That's also what I've always found very hard during my studies. Like, I always love research and go very deep, but then at the end of the day you also want to translate it to everyone to make it understandable. And I think that's a very interesting part, and nowadays you see a lot of these things on social media, but maybe in 10 years it's a different platform, or in a different way we go back to newspaper, or I don't know. But I really love the part of translating someone's vision to the broader audience.
How do you approach to simplifying these things? Because let's say there was an artist work on the art for hours and hours and it's very layered. Maybe it can be oversimplified when it's most of the time on social media. How do you approach to creating some content on this?
Yeah, in that sense I think on social media people always look at art like how it looks. Is it Instagrammable, or like is it nice to capture on social media, or is it nice in frame? And that's really a shame, because I really
will
love
not call names, but there are some museums that's just people for taking selfies in it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like what's the actual value of going to a museum if it's just for your camera roll instead of the cultural side of it, in my opinion.
Okay.
But everyone has their thing, of course. But that's why I love to have like a conversation with the artist about where it started, to really understand their vision, what it's made of. And then once you have a conversation with someone, you start to understand how much layers indeed an artwork has. And then it's about making very easy, I mean simple videos in 20 seconds, because no one is going to watch a video much longer than a minute on Instagram. So I think that's also a part that I'm still learning. But
I see. You are, okay, I have one more question that is not really planned, but because it's really cute. Do you have a favorite museum in Amsterdam that you really like visiting again and again?
Well, of course I have to say the museum that we're working on right now.
Of course, that's also
but
really
it's
great.
not open yet, and I'm really curious how it's going to look like. But if I look at the museums that I went to a lot of times, it's definitely Stedelijk Museum. Because they have a lot of different exhibitions, they showcase a lot of different artists, and I think they have quite a lot of fun events to go to as well. But I feel like there are a lot of new museums in Amsterdam now opening up soon, or there are a lot of new things.
They all plan for September for opening new things. I don't know what's about this agenda happening.
I think they all had a call a year ago and were like, yes, let's all open the same month. Yeah. Indeed.
Thank you so much for explaining all these vision on new culture. I have two last questions. One of them is about what are you building for your future self? Like, you enjoy what you are doing at this moment. What do you create for future Babette from today?
That's a really nice question. Yeah.
Yay, great. I like to think that maybe this is like something that we see it for the future in 10 years, and she was planning this and completely something different happened.
That could be, of course. Yeah. Well, I actually was thinking about yesterday evening about like what I want to do just in general in my life. It sounds very broad, but also it really comes to the small day-to-day things. And it really comes from my graduation project. Like, it's kind of what I really would love to do just in general in my life is planting seeds in people's head of thinking about technology and AI and how we want to embrace it and how you want to make it your own, and not see it as a concurrent or like a robot that's going to take over, but more like how can we use it for the better, for ourselves, for the world, for everything like that. So
Yeah.
in that sense, I really feel like I love what I'm doing now for my job. I still have to learn a lot, but yeah, it's that part of translating from a vision to the broader audience.
Yeah.
And I would love later on that I can translate my own vision of the world to the broader audience. So maybe more starting for myself. Yeah, but it
Creating art
can
for
have different things.
your current, I don't know what's the right
no.
terminology about it. You will create art in the future, maybe. We don't know.
I
Okay.
don't know, so no.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yay. So I have a small surprise. This is Bubbles interviews, and I have bubbles for us. Please
Hey.
take your favorite one. I don't know
That's
which one.
cute.
And then I ask my last question, and we make bubbles.
Perfect.
Yay.
Ooh, I'm gonna choose the one with the dinosaur.
Yay. Great.
And you have the big one.
Yes, I do this all the time in the trains and stuff. So, do you remember when you were a child, people ask, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Yeah.
Do you remember your answer? Sometimes.
That's not work. Well, I think when I was younger, I had a lot of different opinions about it. When I was really young, it's probably a princess or something.
Yes, great. We are
But-
close. Okay.
Yes. But later on, I really thought I wanted to become a singer.
Singer.
Although I really can't sing.
With AI maybe. We
Yes,
don't know.
exactly. And I also said a writer. I was always writing books or like making those architectural sketches of
Yes.
housing and everything. Maybe in another life or maybe in 10 years I will be doing that. We'll see.
Great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
This is the Bubbles interviews. I hope you got inspired. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Bye bye.